the one arm opposite side shoulder press. Now this is a portion of the shoulder matrix, which is a collection of 6 movements to really allow the shoulder to move through all 3 planes of motion. In this particular motion, we're going to be focusing on frontal plane or lateral action. So using my left arm, I'm going to perform a shoulder press, which traditionally is just simply reaching up and down, trying to keep my body still, static, while allowing only my shoulder to do the primary job of lifting the arm up and down. However, that's not what we're looking for with this particular movement. We want to integrate motion through the entire body. So as the arm is lifting up, instead of going straight, we're going to go across, overhead to the opposite side. And the more I reach, the more you'll see my rib cage on the left side lift up, and my shoulder and rib cage on the right side drop down. And then as I return to center, things have a tendency to square up. Now, not only is the rib cage reacting to this arm reach, but the pelvis is going to travel in the opposite direction that the arm is traveling. So we have these opposing actions going on. As this motion occurs, I start to load into the tissue down the side of my body, and then they contract and bring me back to center. So a shoulder exercise is more than simply a shoulder exercise. In fact, a shoulder, well, it's more than a shoulder. We can look at an anatomy book and it'll show us the arm bone connected to the collarbone and the shoulder blade and all those things. But really, where does it end? If my shoulder is creating motion in my rib cage, isn't my rib cage part of my shoulder? And if my rib cage is helping to initiate motion in my pelvis, well, isn't that part of my shoulder too? Trying to get away from this segmental understanding of the body and trying to understand a more integrative way of movement is going to be a great way to strengthen what we might start considering traditionally a shoulder. Oftentimes, this approach of staying still and just loading weight into the shoulder can be overwhelming for that area without the use of the rest of the body. So then we begin to see symptoms like bursitis, rotator cuff, impingement syndrome, area of the body that is doing more than its fair share of work because we're training it to only work by itself rather than integrate motion. So the one arm opposite side shoulder press is all about a very subtle dance of the body. Can we do a glide or bump to one side as we reach up? What is the range of motion like? We can add weights as we want, but just be sure that we're assessing before and after the movement to make sure that you know the proper amount of load, whether it's dumbbells, kettlebells, cable systems, or whatnot. Right now, you might find that it's just your arm that is all you need to achieve a great outcome. Give it a shot.